Hello everyone, I am Karlgerm. Shoutouts to the shiz, shoutouts to everyone I know in chat. Today I'm going to be running Dark Souls any percent from Dark Souls Prepare to Die. So I'm kind of just going to jump right into it and kind of explain things on the way. So first we just need to put in our file name here. Gonna choose the female class, which will become important at certain points. Also going to choose the master key as a gift, and then the rest just doesn't matter. I usually just go through and pick whatever, and gonna get started now. Oh, my splits did not start, so gonna let this cutscene play out for a second.
In the age of ancients,
Sorry about that. Off to a good start, as you can tell.
world was unformed.
Usually when I hit buttons, things happen. So okay, there we go. So we are off and we are ready to run. Can I get some the shiz in the chat? Okay, so one of the first things that you'll probably notice is every now and then I will toggle my right hand. That is usually at the start of a running animation. That saves a couple of frames, which in turn will save some time over the run. It's not the most important speed tech in the game, but it does save a little bit of time, so you know what? We do it. Another thing you might notice is I just did a lot of equipment changing while climbing that ladder. Climbing ladders, opening doors, things like that. It's very slow. We want to try and optimize this run as much as we can, so whenever we can fit menuing into doing something that we have no control over the character for, that's what we want to do. So I'm just kind of running through the first area of the game. It's a tutorial. I'm going to avoid certain items like that one there that I don't need. That is a really terrible shield with this build. I am the Pyromancer class, which will be important at the very end of the run. I have another fog wall coming up here, so I'm going to do a little bit of menuing here. Equip that item I just picked up, the hand axe. And then here I'm going to get a running start. I'm going to come up here, get another running start, and burst through this wall like the Kool-Aid Man. It had nothing to do with that boulder that was supposed to be a trap there. I'm just that fast that I can go through the... Okay, so got the key. I'm ready to try and escape here, and now I need to fight the first boss. How's everyone in chat doing today? Do we have any gamers in the chat? Okay, gonna pick up this. The roll that I just did there was to hopefully give these guys a good pattern. That was a good pattern. Now I'm going to do a jump attack, which will give me a plunge on this enemy here, which is the boss. I got 415 damage, which is exactly what I want to see. Hopefully now I get a good RNG pattern. 1, 2, 3 hits. Now I'm going to throw this. I missed once. That's quite all right. Oh, I just took a little bit of damage there, so not ideal. He's really wasting some time here, but that's okay. Usually that can be a lot faster, but no big deal. Okay, gonna go ahead and quit out here because we just took down the first boss. Gonna immediately just jump right back in. The reason I quit out there is if you see on my splits over here, I have 2 timers running. One is counting the in-game time, the other is counting the real-time attack. So there'll be a discrepancy there, but the leaderboard is actually an in-game time. Okay, so right here I'm going to try and set up a... Okay. Didn't get a quick little optimization, so you see In-Lord Ran, Level Up, and Kindle at Bonfires. If I actually open up the key bindings menu there, I can skip that and just start running immediately. Again, doesn't save too much time, but anything that can save time, typically we'll try to go for it if there's not too high of a risk. Okay, and now I'm just making my way through, making my way downtown, walking fast, also running fast. And at the end of the run, I'm going to try and get something that makes me homebound. Which will make sense, maybe, if you remember that. Okay, going to take off the glove here because with the toggling that I do, sometimes I accidentally hit a button that makes me use that. And that's slow. So I just tried to clip through that dragon claw there, which didn't work. It's kind of a tricky timing. There's like a sound cue for it, but I miss it most of the time. So now I'm going to buy a bunch of items that I need for this run. I'm going to go down to the rapier here. Buy that. I'm going to get the east-west shield, then the short bow, and I'm also going to buy as many arrows as I can with my remaining souls. The reason I go down to the shield first, if I can, is so that it kind of just optimizes the menu a little bit. That way I only have to go up once, and then once I go up, I don't have to, put in another input. So again, just small optimizations. That guy was coming for me hard. Just kick that guy out of the way. This area is actually extremely dangerous for the speedrun. All of these guys are likely to hit you, and I'm at soul level 1 right now with my character. So, any attack is going to be a bad time. Okay, another unacceptable thing. I just missed a jump there that saves a little bit of time. Went through there. Okay, this guy hit me. Kind of shows you how much damage I take from certain things. Not too bad of a undead berg, though. So I'm going to come here, heal before this boss, do some more menuing, and... Alright, so I just picked up this gold pine resin from that chest. Hopefully I don't get hit by arrows here. It's a little concerning, but not too big of a deal. Alright, I missed a running attack because I am a bad video game player, but that's quite alright. We're going to stagger him. Basically just going to try and... With knowing this boss's hitboxes, we can try and avoid taking a hit. Yes, I am doing a hitless run of this game. So, that's pretty hype. I definitely didn't already get hit a couple times in this run. The true form of speedrunning, hitless runs. Okay, so now I am going to try and get another item that I need for the run. Gonna run over here and hopefully not get hit by the fire. Not a big deal with the health that I'm at. Just waste a little bit of time. Gonna drink up my juice. Gonna switch to the gold pine resin again. Gonna bring out my bow and arrow. Hopefully hit the drake here. I did. It's very easy to miss him here, but we're gonna bait him out with that arrow shot. We're going to attack his tail 3 times, and then we're gonna run. And hopefully... Ooh, this is a little bit concerning. Nah, not concerning at all. We're actually completely fine. Okay. A menuing thing that I do here is put the hand axe there. Okay, I'm also going to heal. Hopefully this guy doesn't try and bully me too hard. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to be doing a couple of safety strats, just because pretty much anything in Dark Souls, if you're trying to go for like a really good time, can kill your run. So I might be making this look easy to some people if they've played Dark Souls before, but it's actually pretty difficult. I'm going to do one of these safety strats here. Okay, I almost got hit there. I'm going to avoid this guy. This is just a safety strat I do for like marathon runs, so if I die here, which can definitely happen, I'm not out a whole bunch of time because I have this shortcut now. Going to watch out for this guy who's very mean and will chase me very far even if I rest a bonfire. So because of that, I'm going to jump here and I'm going to quit out, and we're getting ready for our first major glitch in this run. How's everyone in chat doing? Okay, so this guy is going to hopefully give us what we need to do something called Sen's Gate Skip. Okay, so my setup was a little off there, but that's fine. This should be good. Gonna repost him. A little bit of optimization there that I could have done faster is move the Drake sword that I got from cutting the dragon's tail. While I'm stuck in that animation, that takes a little while. But basically what happened is I just clipped into the wall and activated the kill camera, which you can see here. So now it's like Link to the Past or whatever, where it's like a top-down game instead. And real quick, I'm also going to level up here to the best number in the world. Shoutouts to Regal, who I think I saw in the chat, 12. And we are going to make our way, hopefully, a little bit disoriented with this camera. Clearly I haven't played enough top-down Zeldas. I'm going to just try and thread this needle here, and we did it. What a gamer. That is frame perfect, that is pixel perfect. I am not making that up to make myself sound better at doing something that is incredibly easy. With this, I could be holding W on the keyboard, and it's like super consistent, but I don't... For whatever reason, I use controller for it. It's not really recommended, I don't think, but it's just kind of how I learned it, and I got used to it, but it does lead to things like that. But anyway, I was in that kill cam, and the game, like, was expecting me to be dead, but I wasn't. So because of that, there were certain, like, it doesn't load anything. So this area that I'm in now is usually like halfway through the game, where you have to go and fight 2 bosses and ring 2 bells to open this gate. That's pretty slow. We do have to kill those bosses. We will be killing them in this run, but it's actually faster to just go right here by getting through that gate with Sen's Gate Skip, with that death can, and just making our way through. So Here I'm also going to unequip the hand axe that I used. And the reason I use the hand axe there is because, as you can see, my pathing isn't too great when I'm in that weird kill camera to get through Sen's Gate. Quickly should note that the reason I quit out here was there's a boulder that's about to like just completely decimate me. You can hear it right there. If I quit out, it just doesn't load. So that's something that you can do casually too. If you're familiar with this game and familiar with this area, it's probably given you a lot of trouble. But if you just quit out there, if you're on a good cycle, you can just get past that boulder and just make your way all the way to the top instead of having to go around and turn off that trap that shoots the boulder. I'm going to play it a little safe here and wait for these blades because the cycle that I was on might have been a little concerning. But yeah, the reason I had the hand axe was so that I could kill that hollow that I was using to set up Sen's Gate skip, because he is very fast. He should be a speedrunner because he absolutely always beats me to the bonfire. If he's close to the bonfire, I can't rest at it. Then I have to quit out. Then I have to do Sen's Gate skip again. And I need to sit at that bonfire to level up. So, yeah, that's why I kill him. We need to unlock that bonfire to do a couple of strats. So I just missed a pretty precise glitch here. I'm going to try it again using this wall. Okay, I missed it again. What I'm doing is a glitch called move swap. I just did it there with an easier setup, which requires... it's a little easier to do with a female character model for some reason. I usually play as female characters in Dark Souls anyway, so that makes me happy. This is Bob. He sucks. We don't like Bob. He has a habit of killing runs. So now we come to my least favorite boss in the run. It's the Iron Golem. Pretty consistent. You can there's like setups for it that make it pretty easy. I'm not very good at this fight. This is actually pretty perfect. Okay, so I missed a hit there, but I should be okay. Missed another hit there. That's fine. He's actually in a good position. I think this should work, but it might not. I'll show you. If it doesn't work, it's completely fine. And I'll just kind of show you why I hate this boss. This setup's really difficult. Oh, he's being way too nice today. Not gonna lie, I did not expect to get that first try. This is pretty good. I'm gonna do another thing for marathon safety here and rest at a bonfire coming up. Which you wouldn't do if you were on like a good paced run. Or trying to go for like world record or anything. We don't need this bonfire coming up, but this is a very dangerous area. So I'm going to take it, because if I die at any point around here, I would end up back at, before Sen's Gate skip, I would end up at the last bonfire I rested at, which is the one that I sat at during Sen's Gate skip. So that wastes a ton of time. This wastes a little bit of time, but that's fine. I'm also going to do my level up here so I don't have to rely on the souls. I need 18 endurance. Well, really, I need 27 strength to wield the next weapon that we're going to get. And dump everything else back into endurance, because that gives you more stamina, which lets you run longer, and just makes it way easier when you're using heavier weapons, which we're about to. So, just going to do this. Missed it, but I'm going to split anyway, because it's fine. Okay, this is a very concerning part of the run, because again, there's a lot of dangerous enemies here who are likely to kill your run, so just going to take it a little slow. But yeah, like I was saying, you can see that the Drake sword is in my left hand, which is kind of weird. I'm going to heal up here. Hopefully these guys are nice to me today. I'm not sure they're going to be. So far, so good. I'm going to do something that is toggle strats, where as I'm running here, I'm going to just spam toggle this right weapon here to hopefully kind of throw off the painting guardians up here, throw off their AI. I'm not even sure if that's what happens. Like, I don't even know if that actually throws off their AI, but one of the world record holders in a category usually does that and says that it does, so that's good enough for me. I don't know if it was ever confirmed, but... Okay, so we're looking good so far. It's a pretty good run. Shoutouts to Regal, who's laughing in chat right now. But to go back to just trying to explain the move swap glitch, basically the way Dark Souls works is you can queue up an action that will happen like the next time you you have a chance to do the action. Oh, okay, that was a little worrisome, but luckily we have iframes when we roll, so I was able to roll through that. Eventually I'll be able to get back to explaining get the move swap, but yeah, you can queue up an action. If you've played Dark Souls casually, oh, I just tried to punch that guy because I thought I was two-handing, but I wasn't. I'm just going to kind of roll here to avoid a potential spear to the back. I almost got absolutely decimated. Shoutouts to Rob, if he's in the chat. I know he recently was doing a playthrough of Dark Souls, just a casual one with Keno helping him through. I know he had a lot of trouble here with these archers. A lot of people have trouble with these archers. We don't really have trouble with these archers too much in the speedrun. They can still get a little trolly, but yeah, you can just get to a certain position there, turn around, walk away, and yeah, they kind of just take care of themselves. But okay, gonna also take this bonfire here, even though I don't really need to necessarily because I took the other one. But again, safety, I'm a lot closer to the boss here. We're just gonna continue on. This guy is kind of a pain. He's got kind of a weird hitbox sometimes, and he's killed me before while on a pretty good pace. So another thing I'm going to set up here is a glitch where I can dupe this homeward bone by being off of an animation. I'm going to pick up this weapon here. I'm going to go to use the homeward bone and then go into my menu, use a consumable item like the Estus Flask, and it will use a charge of the Estus Flask, but not consume the bone. But the game kind of thinks you're trying to use the bone, so it's just an item duplication thing that you can do off of any animation, but I just do it there off of picking up that weapon. So I'm going to try the move swap again, and hopefully I can explain it now, instead of just rambling on about whatever else needs to be talked about. I'm going to try for the fast one here, where if you watch my controller, I have to do some pretty precise inputs. So I missed it, I'm going to try it one more time. And I got it. So what I did was queued up two-handing my bow in my left hand, which bows are the only items that you can two-hand in your left hand. And before I was able to put on this weapon right as I two-handed the bow. So now I'm two-handing the dragon tooth. All right, I need to focus here because this boss, if you play Dark Souls, you know this boss. Let's just say that. I'm going to kind of try and be safe. Basically, you just want to split these guys up and not get hit like that, which I just did. Holy, I can't believe I'm still alive. I'm going to try and heal, which might be dangerous, but I can't believe I'm still alive. I'm totally using Game Shark. I'm using God mode. Shoutouts to Motoi Sakuraba, who composed this soundtrack. Oh my god, please. Yeah, okay, so I figured that would happen. Unfortunately, that, you know, this fight, in my experience, is kind of like a dice roll, or like a coin flip, and by a coin flip I mean like 2 coin flips because you're dealing with 2 of them. But that's okay. I do have save files, which I might start using if I die again here. Not the end of the world. This would be like the end of a good run, pretty much. Like, that's definitely a run-killing moment. But in a situation like this, 12 coin flips. In a situation like this, you know, we just try and power on through. I'm looking up there at that archer who can definitely shoot you, and if you don't land in a kind of a precise spot, he can see you. So now his AI, the first guy's AI is going to be a little bit different. I can't do the same start that I did last time, but this one should be okay. This fight looks like it's already going a little bit better. Okay, that's much better. Would have been nice to have done that immediately, but hey. Okay, so he hopped back. So what I'm doing here, the reason that I'm able to hit twice in one shot is because the game thinks when I do a charge attack, that I am using the weapon in my right hand, which is the rapier, which is what I bought all the way back in Undeadburg. I'm very glad that fight went that way. That has not been going well in practice, so I was a little nervous about that. But yeah, I'm using the dashing attack with the rapier, which hits twice, but I'm getting the damage of the Dragon Tooth with that move swap glitch. So you can just cut through enemies like very, very quickly. Okay, so gonna just dupe another bone here off of this animation this time. I think I got it, yeah. So now we have the Lord Vessel, which is required to get to the end of the game. I'm going to warp to Firelink Shrine, which might seem a little counterintuitive, but it'll make sense in a little bit. This seems like it would waste a little bit of time. I'm also going to do a safety strat here by leveling up to 25 endurance. This will give me a faster roll for the final boss and just make a lot of the run a little more comfy. Like, if I was going for like the fully optimized time that I can personally get, I would not do that there, but I am now going to make my way to the Gargoyles, which is like one of the first bosses that you're supposed to fight. This is one of the required bosses to open up Sen's Gate, which we held off for, 20 minutes of the run to just try and, go faster. Okay, so this guy coming up, I really dislike. He was very nice to me today. He knows that this is for bonus stage Dwelling of Duels. I'm going to do shoutouts to Ashwin for giving me this safety strat, which every time I've given Ashwin a shout out during that, they have not done what I was expecting them to do. But that is quite alright. I'm going to try and do another move swap here. Oh, I got it. Okay. So I was able to do the queuing up of the two-hand animation off of the animation of the ladder. For a while, I was practicing that and could never get it. And then, like, a couple weeks ago, I just got it on a whim while doing a run, and I, like, couldn't believe it. Never since then, I've been having some pretty good luck with it. Okay, so this isn't an ideal start to the fight, but same thing, just we are extremely overpowered with this weapon and this moveset, so we can just boop, boop. Boop them twice. Take him down. Got the gargoyle helm. That's good news. We're going to wear it because this actually is not good news. And I actually kind of want to drop it, so I'm going to drop it here just so. Oh, that would have been bad. I don't even think I need to drop that. Also, okay, so I don't need the souls right now. So what I'm going to do is just ring this first bell. I'm going to use the dark sign. I'm going to teleport back to the last bonfire that I was at, which, if you remember, is Firelink Shrine. Looks like it didn't, it seems like that wouldn't make sense to, like, be at a bonfire and then instead of just warping directly to the next one that you need, just going to Firelink Shrine, but we actually need to be at this bonfire for the next two things that we're going to do in the speed run, so. That was Lautrec. You don't have to worry about him. He has a good ring. He's kind of a jerk, so we're just going to bully him right off the ledge. Again, if you play this casually, you probably already know that strat and do that strat, so. Now we're just going to make our way to everyone's favorite spot in Dark Souls, Blighttown. I don't think I need to drop anything, really, so I'm just going to continue on. I'm going to try and go fast here, obviously, with something called Blighttown Plunge. It's a little bit of a precise trick. It's very cool if you can pull it off. But also a little precise. I've been known to lose runs while doing it, so. Lagtown, yeah, exactly. Rip everyone's frames. It actually doesn't run too bad on PC. And we don't really see much of it. That ogre definitely could have hit me there. That's Shrek. Well, I guess Shrek is actually... This one also could have hit me, and that would have poisoned me and been a bad time, but... Gonna do a precise jump, hopefully. This is gonna be fine, I think. Yeah, so that's fine. Gonna just try and I don't feel like going down the slow way, so just going to do that. That's intended by the developers of this game to do, obviously. So what I just did there was a damage cancel, a fall damage cancel, where if you can roll on the frame that you would normally take damage, you won't take any damage. So slopes have weird properties in Dark Souls where it'll actually delay you actually taking damage from a fall. So we can kind of use that to get skips like that. Blight who? This is what's known as Blight Town Skip. No, I'm just kidding. There's actually a much faster way to get right here that is called Blight Town Skip that I cannot do because I'm not a god gamer. Yeah, Regal in chat is saying that he knows this part of the game, but he doesn't know Blighttown. Everyone should check out his video on Blighttown Skip if you want to see just how crazy this game can get. Okay, so she's jumping. I was able to hit her, which is fine. I'm going to try and aim here. I only did 2 hits so far, which isn't great. She's just going to throw up some lava here. I ran out of stamina. Going to aim for here, which is going to make her use that, which has... Oh, she's being pretty mean. I haven't died to Quelaag in a little while. So. Okay, so now this time I can actually showcase another, of all the things to kill the run, that was honestly not what I was expecting to kill the run. But, that's no problem. She's kind of, we have her and then one more boss. We have her, one more glitch, and then one more very cool thing. So, do need to wait for this elevator to come back up. So, as soon as it starts moving, I'm just going to quit out and load back in because that's going to be a little faster than just waiting for it to make it all the way up. Actually, you know what? Yeah, what I'll do is I'm going to showcase the other way, the other strat that's a little easier and a little more consistent to get down to Blighttown, but it is much slower, but Quelaag. All right. I apologize if I've been starting explanations and then jumping into other explanations. As you can tell, like, this game goes pretty quick. There's a lot going on with it and a lot to explain. And I've kind of just been overlapping with like, oh, well, here's a cool thing. Here's a cool glitch. Oh, here's something else I did. I'm going to heal here just to make sure I have full stamina. I'm going to avoid these ogres again. Again, all of this is optional if you can pull off the Blighttown Skip glitch, which is... Basically, you clip out of bounds, you do something called air rolling, and you can make it down to where Quelaag is without having to see Blighttown. So we're just going to walk off this side right here. We're going to roll again, hopefully land here. And yeah, this is another... This one's way easier to do. It's a little easier to set up. A little less concerning than if you miss an input or don't roll at the right time when you're doing the plunge strat. So, again, it's slower, but I've had PBs where I didn't want to risk dying right here, which is where you land when you do the plunge. But yeah, it's kind of cool. You can see exactly where the routes kind of deviate a little bit. So, what I'm going to do now is an epic speedrunner strat, which is use a thing called Gadget to quit out immediately. And then, for the sake of practicing, we are just going to do the ultimate glitch, which is loading a save file, which completely invalidates my run. You'll also notice my in-game time has changed. I loaded the wrong save file. He's cheating. The streamer is cheating. But yeah, so you can see my in-game time just changed. But we're able to just get right back to the Quelaag fight and fight her again. So, for the sake of just trying to move this along because of all the other amazing things going on at this stream, we're just going to load a save file since it got a little bit stinky. Okay, I don't know what she's doing now. That's fine. So this attack can definitely kill me if I'm close enough, which she has a habit of trapping you in her, like, spider legs. And that's how that fight should have went like 5 minutes ago, but it's fine. This game is called Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. That's not a joke even for speedrunners, because this game will kill you. So notably now, I do actually need these souls that I have. So I'm going to take a homeward bone. I'm going to return to the last bonfire I sat at, which is... That's the second bell, which now Sen's Gate is opened, and we're able to go to the final part of the run, which I'm going to try my best to explain. We're going to do something called the Homeward Wrong Warp, where we got to talk to this NPC who sucks. We have to talk to him a lot. He says a lot. He gives us a copper coin, which cool, I guess. We have to make sure we say yes here. We were supposed to say yes there, but I wanted to showcase that you can say no very easily. Now we have to pray with him. And now he'll finally sell us stuff. We signed up for his MLM email chain, you know, scam thing. And now we can buy what we need to finish the run, which is a talisman and the homeward spell. And the whole reason I had to fight Quelaag and the gargoyles was to open up this part of Firelink Shrine so I can get to this area known as the Firelink Altar and place the Lord Vessel that we got when we defeated Ornstein and Smo. So we're going to place it here. Very important, we're going to attune our magic. We're going to attune the homeward spell. Then we are going to, again, warp to Firelink Shrine. What this does is it sets this area as our default position of where we last rested. That's going to be important for this wrong warp that I'm going to try and pull off here. So I need to do with a female character, I need to use the move swap so that I can pull off this glitch. And what I'm going to try to do is use Fireball, use the homeward spell with the Fireball animation, and let's see if I can get it. Okay, I missed it. It's quite all right. It's a pretty precise trick to get. So let me just try and... I got it. First try, let's go. And now, as soon as I did that, I had to rest at that bonfire. And that basically just has the game get into a state where it doesn't know where I'm at because I was doing two forms of warping away at once. The game doesn't really know how to handle that, so it just warps me back to my default position, which is at that altar, which is blocked by a big door that you need to defeat 4 bosses in order to get through. But that is the default position of that location, so if you can make the game unstable with knowing where you are, you just warp directly to the end of the game. It's pretty insane. Wrong warp has been a thing in Dark Souls for quite a while. It usually took an online item that you get in the DLC, which requires fighting, I think, 2 very difficult bosses in the DLC. That guy we call the Run Killer because he likes to kill runs. So usually you would have to kill 2 DLC bosses. Before even getting to the DLC, you have to do quite a bit of speed tech. You have to go to quite a few different areas to get items so that you can access the DLC. And it's slow. That's the second time I did this today. I was practicing this earlier, and I did that. I've literally never done that before until today. So that shouldn't be a problem. That actually makes this part a little easier that I quit out there, because one of the knights that would be blocking my way is just not going to be there. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so you would get an online item after defeating one of the bosses, and then you can use a similar kind of, a similar kind of glitch where you use an item that you're not supposed to be able to use, much like I used a spell that I wasn't supposed to use, to warp to the final level. So, all of those knights notably can kill you, in one shot with the level we're at. So this is Gwyn. It looks like a kind of easy fight if I pull it off. It's not. He likes to do stuff like that, so I'm just going to quit out, because if things go wrong in Gwyn, he can kill you very quickly. We just want to quit out, be back outside of the fog wall. We're going to drink up our juice. I think it tastes probably like Mountain Dew Livewire. I usually roll when I first get in there because those knights will be right behind you. Okay, so hopefully he is a little nicer. What I'm doing is waiting until... Oh, you son of a... So what we're trying to do is just continually stun lock him and kill him. He likes to hop around. He likes to jump up, and get down. We don't like to see that. It wastes time. It makes it very likely for him to hit us. What we do is we roll, we do a follow-up attack that just does one quick hit, and then it puts him within stagger distance of just taking one hit. So we go behind him, we wait for our bar to go up just a little bit. It's a little more precise than it looks because we don't want to wait too long because then he can jump or he can attack and kill you. But yeah, basically just jump back, charge attack, and he's dead, and we've done it. So now we are ready to continue this run. I only had to load one save state. Feel a little bad about that, but this game is not easy. The speedrun is not easy, and we did it. So I'm going to skip that because that does not take your settings of your volume settings in the game, like the mix that you have, and it gets really loud. So thank you so much, everyone. I don't want to use up too much of anyone else's time. I know that we have a lot of great things coming on this stream, so I'm very excited to check all of that out. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you have any questions about the Dark Souls speedruns, please let me know, and I will be happy to answer it for you. You can check out the Speed Souls Discord and website for anything in more detail than I was able to explain to you. Shoutouts to the Shiz. Shoutouts to all my friends at Bonus Stage and Dwelling of Duels. I love you all so much. Thank you.